we've been talking a lot about this brave new world of AR, but here I'd like to remind everyone with a speculative lens of how our perceptions may be altered in the age of extreme augmentations. Human perceptions has long been influenced by technological breakthroughs. There's an intimate mediation of technology in between our direct perceptions and the environment we perceive. Through three extreme ideal types of perceptual machines, this project defamiliarizes and questions the habitual ways in which we interpret, operate, and understand the visual field intervened by digital media. The three machines are hypersensitive, hyper-focused, and hyper-commoditized. The modern society has observed an increase in allergies and intolerances. Hypersensitivity appears not only medically, but also mentally. Digital media has this mutual reinforcement effect that people become less tolerant because they interact even less with people with different backgrounds. By creating an artificial allergy of the color red, this device manifests the nonsensical hypersensitivity devised by digital media. So this is the patient allergy report from the modernization clinic. Our patient, red green, is allergic to the color red. Do not look at red. Tolerates well green. Symptoms are tendency of overreact, politics of anger, field communication landscape. Severe symptoms may include total separation and isolation from the red world. There's no treatment yet, and it's very severe. So there are two modes, a placebo mode and nocebo mode. In nocebo mode, it's create this sensory hypersensitivity. When you see red, it expands. It's similar to social media's amplification effect, that when you look into something that bothers you, you tend to find like-minded people that share the same opinions, and you exchange memes, photos, messages, and you become even more angry. And that's why we are living in the politics of anger. In placebo mode, it's an artificial cure to this allergy. The red shrink as you look at it. It's similar to the filtered communication landscape, where we can unfollow people to filter them, to isolate them completely out of our communication channel. And as a side effect, it generates smoke and turns into a green bubble to neutralize the red. And that's the structure. So in front is the mechanism of the hollow kit, and you put a phone in it to see the AR effect. And here's viewing American election map with this red allergy. See how the red expand and shrink. Here's viewing stop sign and fire alarm with this allergy. And here's a video. time, this allergy becomes a form of identity. What we are allergic to may be totally nonsensical or doesn't have a scientific base, like the gluten-free diet or allergic to certain political views. This kind of hyperallergenic environment undermines social interaction. And in the end, we end up in a green room where everything is green to isolate ourselves from the red world. Everybody in the room has the same kind of allergy. Human society becomes hyper-fragmented and isolated and separated. The second one is tactile vision. When surfing the internet, there are two modes of being there. One is wander around, which happens a lot at the beginning of the internet. One can easily get lost in the vast landscape of information. When media gets more efficient, it gives us the tool, searching, to limit this wandering. Hence, we are more targeted and focused. Vision works well when we have an overview of the system. But the way we search in digital media is through little steps, from link to link, a tactile experience as we feel the landscape. This device looks like a pinhole to build up the total view of the system. This project is an extreme version of reprocessing only one sense for one thing. So what happens is there are two photodiodes in front of each eye and the light source. The pneumatic system interacts with the light source. When the light is closer, it breathes rapidly, and when light is further, it breathes gently. Like the two eyes we possess, the distance here forms a stereo vision, so we can localize the position of the light. Here's the video. If you are familiar with this ugly creature, it's the anglerfish. They live in the lightless bottom of the sea. They have this piece of dorsal spine tipped with luminous flash to lure the prey close enough to devour them. Similar to the predation behavior of this anglerfish, the light here is a cure or a lure to attract people in total darkness, like a dating app for cave animals. And the third one is commoditized vision. The commodification of the visual field requires observers that can rapidly consume visual information. Like if you look into the American news, they have anchor talking here, weather there, headline here. They try to pack everything as tight as possible into our visual field. And if you play a game, you could watch this advertisement to gain a life or have free diamonds. Our visual field becomes a commodity that has real estate value. So this device contemplates on how our perception change in this particular social economic context. What happens is there are two modes, making money mode and spend money mode. In make money mode, advertisement appears everywhere. You can look at the advertisement and earn money, but at the same time, your eyes become red. In spend money mode, the advertisement disappear. You can gain a moment of contemplation to the world, but the money drops accordingly, but your eyes are refreshed. And you have a little bit time until your money goes to zero to contemplate the world. What is worse is the gradient of the two is not equal. It takes more time to earn money than spend money, as always. And here's the video. Everyday activities are hampered by the fact that you have to turn your vision into a money-making enterprise. Once the technology is able to colonize the site itself, we have no choice anymore. More efficient viewers becomes more efficient laborers. And I like to end with this mesmeric smile. Perhaps freed of the implicit desire of the eye for control and power, it is precisely the unfocused vision of our time that is again capable of opening up new realms of vision and thought. Thank you.